Salvete omnes, this is I'm Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek. And I have to say, after watching Wreck-It Ralph last night, I have a strange urge to play some old-fashioned video games. I might have to just make my next announcement video over top of a game of Galaxian or Dig Dug or something. But I digress. Right now we have a 5th generation game to worry about, and we are on the last Maverick stage of Mega Man X4, Split Mushroom. He occupies the laboratory and will attack whoever visits there. And he resides in the Biolaboratory stage, which actually is probably the longest of the Maverick stages. We start out on this interesting stairwell area. You can go up the stairs like this, and it actually changes the background to reflect that. Also, these guys seem to be the X-Series answer to shield attackers, like from the classic Mega Man series. They're annoying because, well, especially in this part where it's kind of difficult to tell, I guess, how far away you are because of the stairs. You also have these annoying things, which are so fast that they're hard to... Oh, yeah, thanks. They're fast that they're hard to hit, and actually I don't think we have too much... Okay, there we go. Teleporter. The Split Mushroom stage is one of the few levels in Mega Man games that actually has sub-levels. And it has a lot of them. This is, like I said, this is probably the longest of the Maverick stages. There are actually 6 parts to it. I mean, yeah, each of them individually is rather short, but altogether, kind of interesting that they did that, though, I suppose. Those flower things, you want to take out the purple eyeball in the middle before it starts shooting at you. Of course, it regenerates, but I love the plasma shot. Now let me guess, those guys are going to respawn. Yes, they are. Part's not so... Well, okay. I guess when you're this powered up, this stage isn't really that hard, but like I said before, it's not a good choice to do early on, unless you're using boss weaknesses and did Web Spider first, and even then, you have these things that crash together. The spikes do not instantly kill you, as you can see, but obviously you don't want to run into them anyway, especially twice like I just did. I think those holes in the walls actually do have, like, don't act perfectly solid, so try to avoid dashing into them where you can... Dang it, X, keep your charge shot, will ya? Keep getting hit by stuff because I accidentally fire off an uncharged shot. Well, okay, I guess this stage technically has 7 areas, because now it's time to fight a mid-boss. And one that's definitely a lot easier with the plasma shot, because it can do more damage. Basically, this thing goes back and forth along the spikes, and then it goes up and destroys one of your platforms, and when it does that, that's when you want to shoot it and get as many hits in as possible. Because without the plasma shot, you have, like, just barely enough platforms to defeat this thing without falling into the spikes. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. I had 4 left. With the plasma shot, it's not too hard. And time for the 4th area. Well, it says Biolaboratory Area 2, so that would be the halfway point. Another stairwell section, and this one's harder. It's a little longer, or at least it seems like it, and there are more enemies and different types. You guys are a pain too. Okay, let's see what we have. Somewhere in here, there it is. Giant shield attacker. Those things are a pain if for no other reason than that their size makes them hard to jump over. Also, if you can help it, try not to let those spike ball things hit the ground, because then they'll be too low to hit with most of your shots, and they'll just kind of get in your way. The 5th part is similar to the 2nd, except that now pieces of the scenery fall away. And here's our heart tank. This is actually the only item in this stage, and it doesn't require any power-ups, so easy enough to get, but you just kind of want to hurry through this section. Don't wait until those sections of scenery actually fall to bypass them. Now we have an elevator segment with more of these purple mechanical spiked flower things. Just like before, shoot the eyeball, or whatever you want to call it, as soon as you can. Plasma shot's nice for that because of its large size. Oh, also, in case you were thinking of climbing up the sides, you can't. Apparently they're slippery or something. Now, this part, you want to be... yeah. You have to be pretty careful on that part to avoid getting hit. Because if you're too far to the left, you get jabbed by the spikes, and if you're too far to the right, you get crushed and instantly killed. If you have a choice, if you know you can't fit, you're not going to be able to get between them, at least go with the spikes, because then you won't instantly die. But yeah, now we can climb the walls again, and we're at the boss, Split Mushroom. He doesn't have a boss door either, for whatever reason. I don't know why this game does that so much. Also has a small boss room.
Are you X? I'm under orders to terminate you.
What? Whose orders?
Take a wild guess.
Split Mushroom more or less has two phases to his fight. First one's simple enough. He stands on the wall, or clings to the wall, and throws out these holographic copies of himself. And then he splits into two Split Mushrooms. Well, that's why he's called Split Mushroom. And only the real one actually takes damage from your attacks. I used to think Split Mushroom was an amazingly difficult boss, but once you get used to him, he's actually pretty fun to fight. Not that you can't still screw him up horribly like I'm doing, but ow. Wow. Okay, well, he's dead, but man, it didn't come without pain. I would probably have died there if I weren't so powered up. Very sloppy fight, but whatever. Also, hitting him with his weakness is amusing. I'll be showing that off, of course, in the boss rematches, but in the meantime, we got Soul Body. Accumulates energy and generates an illusion. Enemies will sustain damage if struck by the soul energy. Requires high energy expenditures, however, and will eventually dissipate in time, or if it sustains heavy damage. Basically, it fires off a holographic copy of X a few tiles in front of him. And anything that touches that hologram takes damage. Though, yeah, like the thing said, it can, eventually it'll, depending on how much damage it's taken and how long it's been active, it'll go away. And you can only shoot 8 of them total, unless of course you have the helmet part. Also, why does it say I only have 7 heart tanks? I got Split Mushroom's heart tank. Might have to double check that off camera.
The Repliforce has begun assembling. Where are they? The spaceport. They plan to take off into space. Hurry, we have to stop the Colonel.
So this would be the first of the so-called fortress stages. Fortunately, we don't have to do it immediately, because there are a couple things I'd like to show off first. Okay, so we're back in Magma Dragoon stage, in the ride armor, and you might notice something about my life bar. Well, I had to restart the game because I accidentally overwrote one of my save states. Gotta love only having 5 of them. But yeah, I made it this far, and we're gonna see what happens if you fight Magma Dragoon in the ride armor. Also, would have shown off the Soul Body, but now obviously I don't have it. Whoops, don't want to jump out of that. So, I guess I'll just do that in the next video. No sense in making a special trip now. Blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. Defeat me first, blah-de-blah-de-blah. You're a Maverick, blah-de-blah. And I'm gonna beat you up with the ride armor. Okay, so it doesn't do that much damage to him, but prevents X from getting hit, at least. Now, of course, you can die if you are in the lava when the right armor explodes, as I just did, but yeah, you get the point. it does the job. I managed to take off like half of his life before I lost the right armor, so if you're having trouble with Magma Dragoon, well, you know what to do. So yeah, that's 8 Mavericks down, 8 special weapons obtained, 4 sub-tanks, well, 2 sub-tanks, 1 weapon tank, 1 X tank, and 8 heart tanks. I don't care if it says 7, I'm pretty sure I got all 8 of them. Though I guess even if one of them didn't register, 2 points of health shouldn't matter too much. So next time we will be going into the fortress stages, or at least what passes for the fortress stages in this game. The spaceport in this case. So, I will see you then.